Hey guys, Fat Man's back. I know I told you at one point I'd be doing a few different kind of things. I'm not necessarily all into guns. There's other things I do too. Um, but I need a new wallet, and I came up with this design. It's just a very small wallet, not much bigger than a credit card. And what I liked about it is that it was small. I normally will carry a money clip. I don't like wallets. I do have a checkbook that I carry in a cover, also similar to this, out of leather, not cardboard. But I came up with this little design, and after I finished it, it was a little small, so I'm making it a little bigger this time. But it just opens up. You have two pockets. You have one here to slip your card into, and you can slip your cash in behind it. And I haven't exactly decided if I want to do it one-sided and just close it, or if I want to do it, have it on both sides. Haven't made up my mind yet. I did cut the pieces already, because who wants to see a guy cutting leather on TV or on camera? So I did make the pieces to do two-sided. The last one I did was two-sided. And it worked pretty well. It was just a little small. The cards stuck in there really tight. I don't generally carry much. If I need to carry anything, I carry two cards, carry my driver's license and my debit card, and I need a place to put cash. And that was the whole idea behind the design, is I could stick cash in behind the big pocket. My card fit under the little pockets. And I had it was pretty well set. I mean, it worked really well. It's not long enough to fit a bill in this way, but if you fold your money up, like I do, because I'm used to carrying a money clip, so I always fold my money in half, I could just stick it in there and go. But this would give me an option if I get a job driving again. I will need to carry my medical card as well. Or if I get my carry permit, I'll need to carry that as well. So it gives me few more options if I make it this way. The edges are a little ragged. This is cheap leather. It's scrap leather from Hobby Lobby. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these down, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, about 1/8 of an inch wide, on three sides of these two pieces. I use contact cement, so I have to do both sides that are going to get joined. So I'll have to go around here. When I do that, I'll lay it out, set it on here so I know exactly where I'm going to be. And I'll take a pen and I'll just make a little mark here and a little mark over here, so that I know how far up to go with my glue. And in case I got it wrong, got my sizes different on the two of them, it's now going to stay, this is the way it's going to go. So, it don't fit quite right that way, maybe you got to go this way. There we go. So we just line up our edges. We'll mark here. Another one here. So now we know how far we got to go there. We'll take this piece and lay it out on the top of this other bigger piece. Get everything nice and even. Mark there. Mark there. You won't be able to see these marks once it's all together, so I'm not too concerned about that. Notice I laid them back on there exactly how they're going to go, because now that the marks are made, that's where the glue is going. And some of this, after it's glued, I'll be able to take it to the sander and just kind of sand the edges a little bit to even everything up. But now it's a gluing point. It's going to take time, and you probably don't want to watch it. So as soon as I can find my glue, which might be in my leather working box here, let's hope. Yep. We can start applying that. I'm going to start with these pieces. And it's just contact cement that you get at your local hardware store. You don't need to booger this stuff on, just apply it a little sparingly, because we're going to stitch everything afterwards, and the stitching is what's going to really hold everything together nice. We've learned a few tricks along the way that maybe somebody will find useful. I guess we'll see when the time comes. Remember, we're just trying to stay along the edges. If you get a little carried away, a little is not always a bad thing. A lot can be a very bad thing. And if you don't quite go all the way up to your mark, that's fine. Like I said, everything's going to get stitched anyway. Now, being contact cement, we got to let it dry a little bit before we can put it together. So we're going to go ahead and do the other one. On the parts where you're trying to keep everything looking pretty, you want to go kind of easy with the contact cement, because it can turn the pretty into pretty ugly in a big hurry. If you're careful with it, you'll still be able to get it off, but you really need to be careful with it. Alright, so let's give that a couple of minutes to dry. And we should be in pretty good shape. I hear my battery beeping at me, so I'm going to have to let you go for now, and I will be back probably tomorrow. I'm just going to put all these together. I'm going to use a rubber mallet, and I'm going to kind of hammer it down a little bit so it really gets in there and really sticks tight. And I'll probably get it all glued up tonight, and then I'll leave it sit overnight with some weight on it so that it sits really well. And I will get back to you later. Thanks for watching.